wake up, man. What are we doing? We're out here training, all right? Hey, check it out. We're out here in silver ranks, all right? We're going to be looking at rotations and how these rotations could be better and how they're holding you back from getting to gold, all right? Make sure you stick around for the rest of the video. And if you enjoy it, like always, hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe if you enjoy the content. Grab a cup of coffee and let's learn. Peace. All right, so next topic. Let's talk about it. Rotations, all right? We need to get our rotations right. This is something that is huge and absolutely crucial if you're trying to play a team-oriented game such as doubles in Rocket League or even 3v3. But nonetheless, rotations, let's talk about it. Right, so in order of importance, right, who goes first is always whoever is closest to the ball. Unless you have a situation where your teammate's here, right, and you are here. You spawn in on the exact opposite side of the field, but the same distance away from the ball. Same for, if it's mirrored, right? If your teammate's here and you're here, whatever, it doesn't matter. Whoever is left goes first. Remember that. Left goes first. Left goes first. Do not double commit with your teammate. That's bad. So left goes first unless someone is closest to the ball. That person is supposed to go first. All right. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna skip ahead, right? And we're gonna look at these different kickoff patterns, right? So in that case, right, I would be going first because I am the first person up. So, or the closest to the ball. Here we go. All right. So I'm obviously in the back. He is up front. He is closest to the ball, right? So he is the one who's going to go up for the kickoff, and I'm going to hang back. So you'll notice he goes for kickoff, and I'm going to hang back. I'm going to cheat up with him, right? Just in case the ball is a good 50-50 and it stays midfield, I can come up and get a good hit on the ball. All right, so we're going to take a look at our next kickoff pattern. All right, so teammate is up before me, right? Teammate's up at the top right of your screen here, and I'm in the back. He's gonna go up first since he is closest to the ball, right? We're gonna kind of just get accustomed to these kickoff patterns, and you can see I go for boost this time rather than cheating up with the ball. I go for boost, and that way I can hang out and I can try and get possession of the ball. All right, so back to the beginning of the game. Same game we were going over, and we're going to look at our rotations. Right, so I am first up. I'm closest to the ball, so I'm going to go for kickoff, right? I go for kickoff, hit the ball. At this point in time, right, teammate's hanging back, which is all right. But the moment that teammate sees me rotating back, which I'm doing, I'm coming back, teammate should be pushing up into the ball to get a touch, right? He's kind of just hanging back, not really doing much, right? That's all that's doing is just giving the other team possession. That's not what we want. So he should be right here coming up for the ball as I'm rotating back, right? And right here, he would have had an opportunity to get a touch on the ball and potentially get a goal, but obviously that was wasted because he was hanging back. All right, so let's take a look at a perfect example of what a good rotation should look like, a good far post rotation. Again, far post meaning furthest post from the ball. So teammates in the defensive position in the goal. I'm in the offensive position. I'm about to chase the ball down, try and get a touch on it. So I go up the wall, get a touch on the ball, right? Perfect. I realize I'm out of play, okay? The other team has now hit the ball. They have possession. What I'm going to do is I'm going to rotate out and around my teammate to allow him to go up and make a challenge on the ball. So that's exactly what he does. He challenges the ball. And I'm going to come over here and I'm going to rotate. And I'm going to sit at far post. And now I've made a full rotation. Now that my teammate's in the offensive position, I'm in a good defensive position. And I can now challenge and hopefully get a good 50-50 on the next ball, which is right here, right? So I go up for the challenge. I get a good hit on the ball. All right, so that is a good, perfect example of what a far post rotation should look like. All right, so let's talk about a bad rotation, right? We're just giving examples here, and we're going to try and identify these problems. We're going to try and correct them. So we're looking at the footage here, Are you serious right now? You're really sitting there simping over TikTok girls instead of watching this training video. What are you doing, pal? You're missing out on pure gold, alright? Get it together. Get your game face on. Let's get this gold, man. Let's get it. And we got me up here going for a challenge, right? I hit the ball. I'm still in control of the play. I'm closer to the ball. There's no defender back. I'm going to go for another touch, right? I'm still in that offensive position. We have our teammate back here. He's in the defensive position, right? So he needs to kind of hang back and be ready for a pass if it happens, but also be further away from the play.
Bruh.
But also be far enough away from the play that if it goes south and the ball starts flying towards our goal, he has time to get back to the ball and possibly save it. You know, so here we go. So we're looking at it. I'm up. Here comes teammate, right? He's zooming. He's coming in there faster than Lightning McQueen.
Faster than fast, quicker than quick. I am lightning.
All right, I missed the ball. He goes up for the ball. That's the right idea. That is the right idea. You want to go for the ball once your teammate misses. But the thing is your teammate needs to be rotating back before you go for the ball. So let's take a look at it again, right? I'm going up here, right? He should wait right now. He should be sitting back. He should be sitting back right here, honestly. He should be sitting way further back. He shouldn't be up that close to the play, jumbled up with everyone else. So we're looking at it. I missed the ball, and he goes for the challenge. Again, he should be hanging back right about here, maybe just past midfield, and hanging out and waiting for me to rotate out of the play. So that way there's no double commits. All right, so we're looking at it again. And he gets in there, hits me, and it's just a jumbled up mess, right? It's not what you want to be doing. So, all right, so let's take a look at another example of what you don't want to do, and this is cutting the rotation, right? My teammate cut off the rotation when he should have rotated out and behind me and waited for me to make my play and to see whether he could have received a pass or had to go back to the goal and play a more defensive position. So let's look at it and we'll talk about it after. All right, so let's take a look at it, right? Teammate goes in for the challenge, right? He's up there. He still is the offensive man back, right? Let's take another look at what I'm doing. I'm kind of hanging out, being readily available for a pass, but in the position to where I can come back to the goal and play a defensive position if needed, right? So teammate should have rotated right here, right? Instead of cutting off the rotation and cutting me off, right? I noticed that he was coming back, right? He's slowly coming back to the goal, so let's slow it down. Right here, I'm coming in to take over that offensive position. All of a sudden, put it up 25%. All of a sudden, he comes in and he cuts off the rotation, right? He should have rotated out and behind me, but instead, he rotated in front of me. So I noticed that, I identified that, and I decided to rotate back and just skip the rotation here. So he's still up, and I'm not gonna make an offensive move yet. All right, so I hit the ball. Right, I take a stance and I kind of hit that ball back. I'm still with the ball, and then teammate comes in out of nowhere. Right, teammate comes out of nowhere. He should have relaxed. He should have rotated out in case this SJ guy on the opposing team got a good hit. But he didn't. He got the rotation, so that's all right. All right, so let's take one last look at a very bad rotation that we don't want to do, right? So again, let's remember far post rotation. That is the only way to rotate, right? You want to rotate to the furthest post away from the ball, which in this case, since the ball is closer to this post right here in front of us, right, we want to rotate to this back post. Okay, this back post is what we're going to be rotating back to. So don't worry, I'm not here to harass you about your TikTok addiction, all right? But I am here to tell you that in this clip that you're looking at right now, I should have been at the furthest post. I wasn't. I did rotate to that far post earlier. It just didn't get it on video. But nonetheless, I should be at that far post so that way I can defend forward, because it's a lot easier to defend forward rather than defending backward and trying to backflip into something to save it. So again, I am at the wrong post in this position. I should be at the furthest post away. I am in an offensive position, right? Let's watch this play through, and then let's rewind and talk about it. All right, so it played through, right? Right here, I am in an offensive position, right? I am the next person to challenge, right? Our teammate, let's look at what our teammate's doing this whole time, rather than rotating back to the furthest post away from the ball. All right, he's hanging out, and he actually ends up 50ing with me and challenging with me, which makes no sense, right? So, again, what teammate should have done here is at this point in time, even before this, really, right here, he should have been driving over here, grabbing a couple of these mini boost pads, and making his way back into the furthest post away from the ball. And that way he's there in case something goes south. So that's what he should have been doing, right? But he's obviously not doing that, right? He's sitting right here the whole time. And he's not rotating. He's just kind of sitting there, not really doing nothing, right? So that's what you don't want to do. You want to be rotating far post. All right, that's going to conclude our video today on rotations. Hopefully it helped you out. And just keep in mind that at Silver Rank, it's really just about game time. You just need to keep playing the game and be consistent with the amount of time you play, and you'll get up into gold in no time. But if you found value out of this video, again, make sure you drop a like and hit that red sub button. It really helps me out a lot. And I'll be seeing you guys in the next one. Peace.